Well, hello and welcome. Do you know what today is? Today is a day worth celebrating. Oh my goodness, I am so glad to be here. Let me tell you why. That's right, 178 subscribers. Those of you that know me know I'm a new YouTuber, or as I like to say, a baby YouTuber. And I am so excited to be growing my subscribers, growing my skills in creating videos, and doing live streams has become an absolute staple. I'm going to tell you why. Because when I have to do, not when I have to, when I get to do videos that I have to edit and post, it's a lot more work than these live streams. In fact, I get ready for the live stream so that I can be attentive and entertaining for you. But I got to say, it's a whole lot easier to do live streams than it is to do fully edited videos. But I am learning lots. And one of the ways that I chose to make sure that I was doing lots of learning this Christmas season is to say that I would do 24 videos in 24 days. Now, I don't know about you, but I had an advent calendar every Christmas I can remember. The little chocolate ones you opened a window. When I was a kid, I would share it with my brother and sister. So we would have a day that was ours. So I was maybe day number 2, and then my brother on day number 3, and so on and so forth. So I looked forward to those calendars like can't even believe. And then when I became a full grown up and Fred and I had our home together, he got me my very own advent calendar, and I would have one of those little chocolates every day. And while those chocolates weren't particularly good chocolates, I treasured them. And I always like to look for the Santa face. The 24th was always a bit of a bigger one. You guys remember how on those calendars it was a bit of a bigger one? Well, now I've evolved to where, well, chocolate's very important to me still. I've evolved to doing a 50-piece puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle every day, something I really love to do. I can do it while I'm drinking my tea or coffee in the morning, and Luigi's having his peanut butter Kong after our walk. And I love doing advent calendars. So that's what inspired me to pick 24 as the number of daily videos I would do for Christmas cards. Now, Claude, I know you have had some really brilliant advent calendars. I feel like maybe there was a hot sauce one at some point in your life, or maybe I feel like there might have been a spices. Does that sound right, Claude? Something like that. Right now, my friend Tyler is going through one that his mom gave him that is craft beer. So each day he opens up the pocket, takes out a beautiful beer, and puts it in the fridge for later. And I think that's one of the most brilliant advent calendars. And Eva, you're totally right. Tyra introduced me to some beautiful ones. Remember the one from the Bay last year? Or I saw one this year from MAC Cosmetics. So 24 days of Christmas. So I decided I would do a daily video. And really, the truth is, hi, Miss Tyra. The truth is that I wanted it to be a learning experience for me, but an enjoyable and entertaining experience for you. So if you've only seen a few, if you haven't seen any yet, please go back and look. I've made a playlist, and each day I add the next video. Tomorrow's a very special one. It's actually a replay, which I know sounds like I might be cheating a little bit there, but I assure you it's a replay. I'm using some Lavinia stamps and making some fairies in wreaths and beautiful kind of forest gift cards and Christmas cards that went to my daughter in Alberta, who was going to a large Christmas craft fair with her product. She is the owner and designer of Agelessly Designed, and she does beautiful work with crystals. Is a holistic holistic healer, diplomaed crystal worker. I'm sure I'm not describing that very well, but she's amazing. And she and I did a collaboration where she and I co-crafted on a live stream. Well, tomorrow happens to be her 40th, 40th birthday. And so I decided to do the replay for tomorrow. So I hope you'll watch that too. And if you were with us when we did the actual live stream, you have my permission to just watch the few minutes I talk about her before we get going and watch the pictures at the end. Her dad sent me a picture of her because right now they are in Hawaii getting ready to celebrate. This is the eve of her 3rd decade, going into her 4th decade. And I've got a beautiful picture silhouetted of her on the beach that I'm sharing. I don't know if she knows that. And if she's watching right now, I'm sorry if I spoiled that. And pictures of her and Fred because they climbed Diamond Head together. They've been to Hanama Bay. Beautiful, beautiful trip, a trip of a lifetime for a daddy and daughter. And they are having a wonderful time. So I'm happy for that. I hope you watch tomorrow. But yes, so my sort of advent calendar of learning this year has been to do a video every day. I hope you will go and take a look at them. And of course, something that I'm really proud of with 178 subscribers as a baby YouTuber, that's tons. I'm trying to get to 200 by Christmas. And I can see that my mom has just popped in. Hi, Mom. Everybody go ahead and say hi to my mom. My mom is Gloria, or Mrs. Griffin if you're formal. She goes by Glow, Glo as well. So in the chat, feel free to say hi to my mom who's here this evening. And while you guys are doing that, let me tell you about what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to switch my cameras around here to add in and show you. Okay, so here's my example card, and this is a birthday card. Hey, Jody, I'm so glad you're here as well too. This little example card is what's called a fun fold card. So see how it's kind of like this W shape over here. So when you open the card, this one says be happy and smile. It's got a little bit of a birthday theme going on it. And we tonight are going to actually make this same kind of fun fold, but we're using something very new and special to me. I'm really, really happy with this. A Canadian company called Simply Stated Designs, is a print-on-demand company. And I believe they're relatively new to the crafting space, where they have created these wonderful, this one's actually called Quirky Owls. And this is an absolutely fun sort of design. So these are little pieces. I haven't even opened these yet. I got these at my favorite store, Paper Crafters Workshop, a new product being brought in. And what we're going to do is I've got a template here. We're going to make the card, and we're going to add these beautiful little pieces to the cards to make it a little Christmas card. Because even though this one is sort of birthday in expression, it can change for any season. What we've got is a solid cardstock in 2 pieces, and then some designed paper in a couple different sizes. I have all the sizes. I can post them for you if you want to do that. But tonight, I want you guys to sit back and relax and enjoy being with me. I will tell you, this is the first live stream I have done without Fred at home. And that's okay. We may see him in the chat, but I heard that Ashley wanted to go to a vintage market, so they might be shopping in Hawaii right now. So if they come, that's great. But if they don't, we know that's fine. They'll watch us on the replay, I am sure. And let me think, what are we going to do? So I have built us a template for this fun fold card. I've got the ephemeral ready to go. I took the 2 kind of color schemes that I saw in these packs and came up with 2 color schemes that we could do in the magic of TV. So pulling forward this first one here, we're going to work on the Quirky Owls. Let me see if I can show you guys that. Look at these guys. They're so cute. So I haven't even opened these yet. And I love that there's a full coordinated package, if you will, of products that you can get with each of their designs. And we're going to look at these little guys and see what they are. He looks just a little bit angry, but cute. This one, ooh, he looks ready to give that gift to somebody. So what we're going to do is I'll keep these guys in a little pile. I will show you, we've got some gems to go with it. I've got a little sentiment to go on the inside. I've picked out some grays and blues to go with this. Let's see if I can remember all the pieces here. So, well, I don't have to remember because I remembered to write this down. Another thing that is interesting about this evening with Fred not being here is I felt very, I lacked a little confidence in being all by myself here at the house. So Luigi is currently under my desk on my feet, which may be a bit problematic. He heard me just say his name just now. And not only is Luigi here, but just beyond the Scotch glass, just shortly over that way there, maybe Eric. I have told him he does not have to be on camera, which I know he won't. I know he won't. But I'm glad to have a little bit of extra company here. I don't know what he's going to do if anything goes wrong with the technology. And I certainly am not logging him in to make him start doing things on the back end side of these. Oh, look, Eric says he won't. He's doing that. Yes, Mom, Luigi is keeping my feet warm. So, okay, let's take a look at the measurements that I have here are on my template. So this is just a craft piece of paper here. So most cards are 4 inches, 4¼ inches. So that's the back part here, if you will, this part of the card. The folded parts here are the same size, 1 3/4 across the bottom. So let's see if I can do this fairly decently with my math. So I'm going to start and score at the 4 inch mark on my score buddy here. So that's going to be the back of the card. Then I'm flipping it over. Now, some people have score buddies that are like 12 by 12s. I don't have that. So I'm working with it. I'm flipping it over to the other side, and I'm going to look at my template, and I'm going to do my 1 3/4 all the way across. So I think this looks large now that I do that. I'm going to hold my template up against it. Yep. Okay, good. So 1 3/4. Now, actually, Tyra, maybe you could do me a favor here in the chat. Can you just put the website name for Simply Design? So it's simplystateddesign.ca, Canadian company. Just so we have that as a record, I want to make sure that I give them credit for the fun art that I have purchased from them to do. So Tyra, if you have that Simply Stated here, I'll put it here so you could probably still read it, simplystateddesign.ca. Okay, so that was the first 1 3/4. Next, we'll make it 3.5. I think that's the right measurement. At least that's what I wrote down. And then next is 5 1/4. And that should give us 4 equal. Can you see the little, there we go, 4 equal parts here. All right, so that's the first stage of our card here that we're going to do. And then I'm going to go ahead on that 4-inch mark, and I'm going to fold this back and forth. And it's kind of like an accordion, right? That makes sense because we're making this as like a little fold on fold. So I'm going back on that first fold, going on the inside for the second fold, going on the last fold, and ta-da, they're all the same size, which means I did the math right. Okay, so here's my 4-inch side, and then here's the accordion piece that we're going to have as well. Next, we need to score the little piece that's going in the center. So let me bring back our example so you can see what I'm doing here. So this little piece here is 3 by 6, scored in the middle. So I'm going to do that one next, and I've chosen a contrasting color to the blue, but still matching with our little owls. It's in a gray, and so if this is 6 inches long, I'm going for the halfway point at 3. So I'm going to score at 3. There we go. Nice score mark there. And I'm just going to fold that as well. Okay, so for now, we have our 2 fun folded pieces ready to go, and we're going to start to assemble them with some designed paper as well. Okay, now I should say that I learned how to do this card doing a live stream with my friend who's also named Sherry from the Paper Crafters Workshop. And earlier this year, Sherry and I had the privilege of hosting my first ever card swap. And the card swap was absolutely fun and darling to be able to do. I loved it beyond all measure. We had more than 40 people who joined us who were crafters. And I got to tell you, I'm going to pause for a second to tell you this really neat story. So this card right here that I got, let me show you here. Snow One Like You. Look at this gorgeous little skating penguin, the trees, the beautiful background. Made with kindness stamped on the back. Now, this card came to me from my girlfriend, Erin, when we were at a wonderful party on the weekend. She was in the card swap. Well, get this. The woman who was partnered with Erin, and by the way, I should say the postal strike stopped us from mailing our cards out during our November card swap. So people had to hang on to their cards. But get this. The woman who made this, her name is Nancy. Her daughter goes to university not far from us down the road here. And her mom looked up Erin's address to see. And in fact, it was en route to her driving from her home in Markham to school. So her daughter knocked on Erin's door one night, when it was answered, asked if Erin Owen lived here. And she said yes, and gave her this card along with the other one for the swap. Well, that means that Erin then said, I know who I'm giving this to. So she gave it to me. So I've got to say, oh my goodness, not only is this a gorgeous card, it was so fun that Nancy actually realized her daughter could deliver it and that Erin gave it to me. I am so extra in love with this card here tonight. I'm looking forward to the next card swap that's going to happen. And I think there are going to be several to hear in the new year. Paulo, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for being here, my friend. I think Paulo and I are going to try and make some cookies this week together. I'm not sure if his schedule will allow it, but we're going to try, right, Paulo? Okay, so friends, back to our little card here. So 2 contrasting colors. Then what we also have are some pattern papers. Now you can see ones here. I've got basically polka dots. I don't know if it shows very well on the camera, but gold, silver, white, sort of on a white background here. And then these ones are a bit of a snowy on gray. Now we have a choice. We can do a matchy-matchy, so it's gray on the outside, and then we can match the snowflake gray on the inside of each of these as well. So our little owl is going to come and be on this out here. Or we can do some alternating designs where we change out and do 2 and 2, or we can do all white on the inside and then the snowflakes on the gray on the outside. So I am going to just make some decisions here as we go. And as I do that, I'm going to get my glue press ready to go. So here's my glue press. I love using this guy. Today I put a pin in it so that it would be ready to flow because we're going to do a bit of gluing. Then I've got some tape to be able to do as well. So do we have, polka dots, Suzanne? I see you saying polka dots are your favorite. So let me say polka dots. Now let's just see. I want to take one of the owls here and hold them for you on, let me bring that up, on the little snowy gray background versus on the little polka dot background. Oh, I think the polka dots might be where he shines the most. I thought it was going to be the gray because, see, he's wearing a little sweater and his sweater is gray. I don't know why I think he's a he. Maybe it said he has very bushy eyebrows, and that's Fred in my life. If he's here. Hi, Fred. Okay, so that's him. He shines on the polka dots. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the polka dots in the squares. So we'll do that, and then I'll get you to help me pick which owl we're going to do. And we're going to do, I'm going to see about doing the gray, the snowflakes in the back to tie in all of our colors. And I think that palette looks pretty nice. I wonder, though, if I should just change out and add and every other sort of effect. That's not bad. I think I'm going to do all gray in the background and polka dots in the front. I hope you guys like that idea. Still on the polka dots. I love that, Suzanne. Thank you. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do with the fun folds here is go ahead and, as a rule of thumb, what I do when I'm using paper on cardstock, I use double-sided tape because the glue might actually leave some sort of mark, if you will, like sort of lumpy or whatnot on it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and run some tape on the back of my square piece for the polka dots. Now we're going to go like that, making it a little frame. We'll move our little owl. Then we're going to do the same on the second side. Then guess what we're going to do, guys? We are going to tape down the snowflakes and the gray. All right. So there's that one. Now I'm going to bring my blue forward. And I picked the blue because, see, in this particular present here, oh, and I have blue nail polish tonight, friends. There seems to be lots of blue within the owls themselves. So I've picked some blue to go with the paper, and I wanted it to be really whimsical to match sort of the level of the cool ephemeral. And hey, if you're in the chat and we've already said hello, that's great. But if you haven't said hello yet, please go ahead and do say hello. I don't know if you guys know this, but as a baby YouTuber, one of the things that is the biggest compliment that I can get, and also that makes the YouTube algorithm very happy, is when you comment on the videos that you're watching. So when you see this tonight, you see any of the 24 videos, by all means, please throw down a comment so that other people also see how enjoyable and lovely I am to listen to. Right, Mom? When you made me right. That's all I can say. Oh my goodness, I sound like an egomaniac, but that's okay. Now, and if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love you to subscribe because I really would like to get to that 200 mark by Christmas. So I'm at 178, looking for, I need somebody to do the math for me. 78, 2 more. So that I need 12 more, 22 more. Thank you. Eric is an accountant and he normally has people do the numbers for him, but he did it for me just there. So I need 22 more to get to that 200 by Christmas. And I think it's going to happen, friends. I know that this eventually will be a exponentially growing experience. Thank you, Tyra. I see you're 22 as well. But for right now, I'm relying on my squad of friends and family to really help boost everything that we're doing. So please like and comment. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe as well too. If you are a subscriber, thank you. You're making my dreams come true with me. And I love it. Okay. So we have our folded card. Positivity does work. I believe we can manifest anything. We have our next piece here. Now I want to go back to the sample and show you. See how the sentiment on the inside, I've done it so that it is underneath the second piece here. So you can't see it when it's close because this is the back of the card. Now on a card like this where there isn't a ton of room to write, Some people like that because they just want to write to their friend and their signature and they don't want to write anything else in it. But what we're going to do tonight is actually put a white piece of cardstock on the back of the card so you have a full place to write on the card. Now, why was I showing you that? Because we're going to look at how this comes together. So first, let me finish doing my taping down stuff. So on the back of this, okay, we're now on the back of the card. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this, but it's a little bit too big, which is okay. I'm going to go ahead and trim that down. All right, so I need it to be 3 3/4, nice and straight. And I need it to be 5 1/4, which it is. I must have trimmed it up earlier. Just didn't finish the job. Okay, putting that down. So when I use cardstock, which this is, on cardstock, I tend to use glue. This will start in a second, I am sure. I feel like it will. There we go. All right. So now, if you wanted to stamp a sentiment onto the back of this card as well, too, you can do that before you glue it down. If you're very good, you can do it after you glue it down. I'm not very good yet, but I do have fun. Okay, so this is actually going to be the back of the card. So when the card is complete, it will be like this. The little piece here, our owls and everything will make people smile and laugh and giggle. And then they open the card, see their little sentiment, which we'll have there, and can write a note on the back. Auntie Daphne called this evening and she got a beautiful, oh, Mom, thanks for telling me that. Okay, guys, I got to tell you, I just got back from San Diego. We went to celebrate Sydney's graduation. And oh my gosh, did we have a good time. And I had this brainwave on the way there that I thought to myself, I'm going to take my handmade Christmas cards that I can't put into the post here at home because there's no mail. And I took it with me. And one morning early, I sat and wrote out to Auntie Daphne, my uncles, my cousins, and I wrote my cards. And then Sydney and Fred on the way to the zoo let me stop at the post office so I could drop them into the U.S. Post Service. And all of the cards that I sent have arrived. Now that I know that from Auntie Daphne, Mom, thank you for saying that. I'm very happy to have had some of my Christmas cards get there before Christmas. All right. So, Sydney, do you want to tell us in the chat what your favorite thing in San Diego was? Mine was the tigers. I got to say, I loved them. I loved them. I loved them. While Sydney thinks about what her favorite thing in San Diego is, I'm going to go ahead and get ready with our sentiment on the inside. So this part is going to be what hides the sentiment. So I don't want the sentiment to poke out too far. I want it to be back behind this piece. So that looks about right there. The most wonderful time of the year. This is made with cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and use glue to adhere it. You could use double-sided tape if you want. I just find that mixing up my adhesives gives me a better end state. Enjoyed all our lovely meals. We went to a rooftop steakhouse. We went to a steakhouse with a rooftop, I guess you could say, and sat under the new coming in moon. I think it was a quarter moon, and it was Sydney's 22nd birthday. So we had some cocktails and some steak tartare. It was amazing and wonderful. Okay, you can see when I just close this part here, you can see the sentiment that's inside. But once I adhere this, ta-da, you're not going to see it until you open it up. So we've got place to write on the back, sentiment on the inside, and now we've got this guy. And I've got to think for a minute here. Oh, Mom, that picture of the tiger was amazing. That was the mama tiger that I sent you the picture of. I thought it was suitable to send my mom a picture of the mama tiger at the San Diego Zoo, which, by the way, if you have any love of zoos and animals, I got to say, the San Diego Zoo is really deserving of its world-class title. It is beautiful. We went to the zoo and the safari. It was amazing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my sample here and just look for a second. I glued it on the first and fourth panel. Okay, now, when you're doing something that's going to actually move, I like to do a double kind of protection, if you will. So I'm going to use the double-sided glue. I'm going to use the double-sided tape, which is like glue. What was your favorite animal at the zoo? Sydney, what was your favorite? I know. I think my favorite, well, I love the polar bears now that I think of it too. I love them all. They had this aviary, is that how you say it? An animal, aviary, that you walked through 2 sets of doors and closed them behind you before you can get in. But then you were inside the 3-story bird, how do you say it? Aviary with the birds. It was incredible. Really incredible. The giraffes, oh my gosh, the polar bears played for us like we were friends. We could have sat there for at least half an hour, I'm sure. Sydney, do you remember how many steps we did on the first day we went to the zoo? It was a lot. It was a lot. Okay, I'm measuring this. So you see I've got glue and tape on this. And I want it to come about to the edge. So it's going here. And then I'm closing it over. So all 4 of these pieces that are accordion foiled are underneath here. And I've used the tape and the glue to go ahead and make it so that now I basically have this W and this V. That's sort of the Wonder Woman W. Oh, hey, this really is the Wonder Woman W. And we've got the card coming together in a beautiful way with polka dots and snowflakes. It really is the most wonderful time of the year. Place to write on the back. And now, for our Canadian content this evening, which is more than just me and Eric sitting here, we have to choose what little owls we are going to use on this particular card. And I gotta say, these guys are so cute. It's got to be something about their eyes. I think they are just darling. Oh my God, look how big this guy is. It wasn't until recently that I saw an owl in real life. And I gotta tell you, they're cute. And I think the statistic is that their eyes are almost the same size as their brain. I don't know if that's right. I'll have to look that up. Okay, friends. So let's get a little bit organized here. So we've got some smaller guys, some bigger guys. I don't know why I'm calling them guys. They can be anything they want to be. Okay, somehow this really big one is really cute to me. I think he needs his own card. So I'm going to put the 2 biggest ones aside because they might do their own card. Because what I'd like to do is choose 2 of these to go here and here. And then because I'm extra, and yes, you can think of me what you need, I'd like to put 1 little guy on the back here. So I'm going to use 3 of these. Oh, Mom, you like the big guy with the red hat? They both have red hats, Mom. The big guys with the red hat. Well, let's see how the big guy looks. Maybe we will use him here. Oh, he does look nice on there. Look how striking that is. And he's got a blue sweater that's nearly the same color as this. I think this guy is a real winner for the front of the card. So let's pick who has an idea. Let's see. We've got 1, 2. I'm making them in a, here, I'm putting him aside. I'm using him separately. Okay. So I got a few of them here. Let's see. All right. Does he have a matchy-matchy friend? No, they're all unique and lovely. Okay, I feel like this one, who's sort of looking off to the side a little bit. Oh, Suzanne, you're saying blue hat. Let me pull him aside. I feel like maybe this guy in the stripy hat, he might be a nice size to put on the back of the card here. I don't know if my light is doing everything I want it to tonight. Let me switch this around a little bit. And it's a bit more light for us there. Might be a winner there. 1 on the top. So is this blue hat guy? Suzanne, is that who you were talking about? Me again with the guys. Guys. So look, that fits beautifully in there. So he's blue. I've got it. You're right. This one's got the blue sweater. Yes. And then I think I'm going to go, unless there's a more blue. This one's quite blue as well, too. He looks a little spooky. This one looks a little, how about, I do think the one that I picked might work. Okay, so friends, that's what we're going to do. Final choices. Okay, Luigi just moved his head and put it right back down in the same spot. All right, so we're going to do this. Now, it would be a shame to have him stuck straight down without any extra little dimension for him. So I'm going to use these dimensional foam pieces. And somebody remind me after Christmas when I get some more inventory in to get bigger ones, because I think I need to use 10,000 of these for each one that I'm popping up, when if I had slightly bigger ones, I could probably use 4. All right, here we go. You know, it makes me very proud to use products from here at North America. I pride myself as living on both sides of the border, so it's a lot of fun to be able to support our economy here at home and across the border with all my American family and friends. Dimensional foam for the win, Tyra. All right, and I am so pleased that this is a Canadian company. This is something I hadn't seen or used before. Paper Crafters Workshop carries it, and they introduced me to it. And I got to tell you, the designs they have, you know, those pictures of like cats and dogs with the really big eyes that, I don't know, I just find them so endearing. That's something that they have in stock as well, too. Not just Christmas, all kinds of stuff. Okay, going to give him a little bit of an attitude by tilting him slightly. Okay, there's our first guy going on here. Now our second one is going to be the blue-hatted guy. Suzanne picked him out. Okay, here he is, blue hats. Okay. Blue. Needs a few of these. I'm curious, does everybody have their Christmas tree up? I am a Christmas tree-less house because we're in a smaller townhouse. Fred and I decided we would go with some curated decorations, decor. Not long ago, Eva and Claude came over to install a beautiful ball garland on my staircase, which literally makes people gasp with glee when they see it. Tyra, you've had yours up since November. That is true sport, my friend. Do you know, I'll tell you a funny story about Ashley's birthday. So when our family came together, Fred had his kids and I got a shake and bake family. So my moving in with my husband meant taking on his kids as well, which I am so happy I had the opportunity to do. But Ashley's birthday is December 17th, tomorrow. Well, Jeffrey, our son's birthday, is January 29th. Now, before I got there, it was fabulously strange to me to see that Jeffrey would get a birthday present on his birthday and a Christmas present at Christmas, even though they were just a month apart. Yet Ashley, just a few days before really, would get a birthday Christmas present. In fact, the present was wrapped in Christmas paper, but it was a birthday present. So I got to say, when I got there, I thought this needs some correcting, and I decided to correct it. So we made a family rule that on December 18th, we would go get our Christmas tree. Usually we cut one down. And we would decorate it. We would have hot cocos and ciders and all the good things. And that would be sort of like the day Christmas came into our house so that her birthday could be preserved as her birthday. Well, fast forward to many years later when Ashley had her own family, and we arrived to the 1st of December and an 8-foot Christmas tree with a 6-foot pile of presents already under it, but even before Santa could get there. And when I said to her, "What the heck are you doing?" She said, "Well, now that I have a son, I don't want him to miss any of the Christmas season at all. I want him to enjoy it all. So I don't want to wait." And I thought, I gave up 2 weeks of every one of my Christmas seasons for you so that we could preserve your birthday, but you're not going to do that. So needless to say, Christmas Now comes out in my house on the 1st of December. Okay, so this guy I have glued down on the back, so he's flat. But because this is going to stand up, I wanted the dimensional foam for both of these. Let's take a look, friends. So we have our red-headed owl on the outside, blue on the inside. It's the most wonderful time of year. And on the back here, we have our extra surprise and delight. Now this folds down and will fit into a regular envelope. So I'm really, really pleased with how this fun fold works. And I love how these guys are. But I don't know about you. I feel like Christmas calls for bling. So let's add a few gemstones. These are from Spellbinders, and they are just lovely in spades. I'm just going to go for broke here and design as I go. Oh, look at it. They match my nails. That's kind of fun. Maybe I could gem up my nails a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go up here. And I like that they manufacture their gems with adhesive already on the back, and that these ones have 3 different sizes or 4 different sizes on the on each, what would you call that? Film, paper, whatever you would call that. Let's see. How about think over here. Okay. So there's a few little gems there. Like the polka dots on there. I don't want to put any gems here, but I'm going to try and do another couple of gems down here. I like to do it in odd numbers. Anybody else like that? I think I learned the design principle. Eva, you probably know better than me. 3s, 5s, 7s. So I'm going to go for 5 and see how that looks. We'll put 2 little ones down here. Eek! All right, take a look at that, guys. We've got some gems. We've got some polka dots. Admittedly, I did cover up most of the polka dots with this guy. But then there's more polka dots in here, and it stands up beautifully as an accordion. And of course, plenty of space to write your personal message with still some more love and delight over here. Do you want some gems on the back, you guys? Is that too much? Should we stop there or yeah, we should stop there. We should stop there because I'm going to go ahead and do another one in a different set of the ephemeral that I want to show you. So moving a few things aside here. And while I am just resetting for the next card, which we're going to do as a second design, I'm going to make Eric take some pictures of this. Just looked over at Eric and the scotch seems to have a hole in the glass. It's gone already, friends. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. Okay, so our accordion fold, we're going to do this again. I'm bringing over the next one. And on this one, I'm going to use a different kind of sentiment. Okay, so here we go. Simply Stated Designs. This one it's called Santa and His Reindeer. And I'm telling you, these are just so cute as well, too. Let's open them up and take a look. You guys can start falling in love with these ones. It's the eyes that I think get me on this. Okay, so if I was really clever tonight, I would have gone ahead and let me see if I have the brand. So here's a little picture of the owls that I have. But if I was really clever, I would have gone ahead and put their URL in a banner. But instead, I'll just put this up and remind you, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. We're only 22 away from my goal of 200 by Christmas. Okay, back to the card, friends. So now this one, you can see that there's lots of this nice rich red color in the Santa. Then the reindeers, look at how funny they are. They remind me of Frozen, you know, the movie Frozen. I've got to do it, friends, even though Eric's here and his teeth might curl with how sweet this is. But do you want to build a snowman? Yeah, that movie, Frozen. I feel like this is a lot like, was his name? No, I think Olaf was the name of the snowman in that. But anyways, this reindeer reminds me of that. And I think these guys are so cute. So to play off the reindeer, I picked this nice brown color here. To play off the Santa, I picked this red color here. And then I've got a couple different choices for the design paper that we have that I made out of, and to make life really complicated and fun, they're double-sided papers so we can choose together what we're going to do. So you guys look at Santas. I will space them out. Same idea. We're going to do 2 Santas on the accordion fold. And Sven, Suzanne, I'm so amazed that you got that before Sydney. Sven, we're going to call the reindeer Sven. So pick which Sven is going to go. Remember, we want sort of a Santa and a reindeer on the fold, and then we want somebody to be the surprise and delight on the back. And maybe because it's Santa, we shouldn't have 2 Santas on the same card. I'm not sure who this is going to yet, and I don't want to spoil anybody's Christmas beliefs. So, all right, back to our template. Remember what we're going to do here. I'm going to take out my Score Buddy and fold this over so that we have a 3-inch center fold on this piece. Okay, 3-inch center fold. I'm going to just do that. Very simple. All right, so your Christmas trees are mostly up. What about your Christmas dinner plans? Has everybody got a menu set? Is it the same every year in your house, or do you change things up? Because I am definitely a change things up kind of girl. Okay, so the first full score that I did was that 4-inch, and because I'm using a small Score Buddy, I'm now turning around, changing my light a little bit again. That's in my picture. There we go. And we're going to do just like I have on my template. It's always great to have a template by you so that you don't have to remember things. It's easy when you're doing things like this to sort of forget by a 1/4 inch, and then you've got a problem. So I've got it right here next to me. 1 3/4 means I'm going here. 1 3/4. Okay, that's the first score line. And then I wrote down the math here for myself again. So 3 1/2 is the next stopping point here to make this the same size and shape. And 5 1/4 will give me the 4 pieces that I need there. Okay, so Score Buddy, definitely a workhorse. Hey, Fred! Guys, Fred is here. Tyra, he's telling you should learn to cook, and I feel like he might actually be a great person to take a pizza lesson from, and I happen to know pizza is one of your most favorite foods. So I'm not volunteering him, but I'm suggesting you ask him. Okay, guys, so I've got my score lines here. So first what I'm going to do is that 4-inch fold. That's going to be the back of our card. And then I'm going to accordion fold just like I did last time, flipping over the first panel, accordioning the second panel. I'm feeling very excited because all the measurements has worked out. Aloha, Fred. Tell us how it is in Hawaii today. Oh my goodness. And do you have a new Hawaiian shirt yet, Fred? Have you found one? I'm really hopeful that you're coming back with a new Hawaiian shirt. Okay, so we've got our accordion fold. We have our little fold. Oops, little fold. Now let's start adding our paper to this. Moving my samples aside. Sorry, Sven, I seem to be messing up everything here on you. I'm going to start with that back piece of paper. Fred is saying hello from the Foster Botanical Gardens in Honolulu. What a beautiful life. So we went directly to, we flew to LAX, one of Sydney's first amazing flights, first flight with us. And we flew standby, friends. That is a not for the faint of heart travel mechanism. And we went to San Diego, and then Sydney and I flew home, and Fred carried on and is now in Honolulu with Ashley. So, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to cut this because I got the cut wrong earlier. How can I cut it when it's got glue on it now? You know what? Sometimes we just have to roll with it. It's going to not have a margin on the outsides. Or I pause myself and say, I could just go ahead and throw this piece of card out and get another one. But since I'm already here, I feel like that's not an environmentally sound choice. So it's okay. It's got a margin at the top and bottom. That's cute too. And it doesn't have a margin on the side, but we're just rolling with it, right? It's only paper, Bella. It's only paper. Okay. So we've got the back ready to go. Now we've got the front. We want to put our designer paper on the front. And I've got 2 choices or 4 choices. I'm not sure. Let's see. So see how this nice red, and then we've got these lovely plaids. Let me show you those plaids. And then what we can do is the contrasting on the little square paper. We could choose the opposite so that we could do the reds on the brown if we're doing the plaids on the red, or we could do the plaids. We could do either. Or to make it just so extra, yes, they flip over and we have different colors all together, friends. All right, look at that. So we actually could even do a one of each, which it's the second time Eric has done the same thing that scared the life out of Luigi downstairs. Okay, that looks too scattered to me. I don't like that at all. I love the plaids. So I think I want to go with some plaids here. And I like these. But let me just flip over the green because, man, that green is cute in spades, isn't it? Green and white stripes. Which one is that? Ooh, green and white stripes. That's okay. We could do green and white stripes. That one's nice. Red on the green ones. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. So, green polka dots on the back of this. Everybody likes the green. Okay, we're definitely going to go with green. So we have options of green stripes or green polka dots on the little ones. So let's start by looking at what Santa looks like on the green polka dots. That's pretty good. I may say this Santa does look like he has had a bit of scotch. That's okay, though. He's allowed. I mean, he has lots of milk and cookies. We know that for sure, right? Here's another Santa, and he has green eyes, guys. You have chosen wisely. The green is nice. So there's a Santa there. And I love how this Sven is just so all out there. Let's see. So that's the what are these called? Santas and reindeers on the polka dots. Let's see about putting them on the stripes. That looks pretty funny. That looks pretty funny. Okay, so let me do one of each for you to see. You guys tell me, do we do green stripes on the small card part or little polka dots? And where's my other one? And I'll just remind you, we do cover up quite a bit of it, but you do see it. Okay, what do we think? Not stripes behind the characters. Okay, he does look a little all up there. Oh, and I forgot we could do plaid. I do personally love plaid. That's sort of my thing. I think I might just do plaid because I love it. Is that okay? Is that all right? Are we allowed to do that? What's on the other side of this one? I can't remember. Oh yes, these lovely, I don't think Santa stands out enough on this. And Fred likes polka dots. So we'll go with polka dots. All right, so green polka dots, that's what we're doing on this side. So now we haven't decided on Sven and Santa yet. I just wanted to see that. So then we have green polka dots on this. What are we doing on this? Could my plaids work out nicely? Well, hang on, let's just start with this. There's my floral pattern, but where'd my plaids go? Oh, they're on this side. Yeah, I got it. I'm still here. Don't worry. Okay, so I don't think plaids look good with flowers, but plaids could be okay with polka dots. It doesn't look good. Oh my gosh, I love the plaid so much and I'm not going to use it. Okay, so we could do stripes and dots and dots. How do you guys feel about that? Not loving the stripes, says Suzanne. Well, let's try the plaid again. What do we think? I feel like it's too busy. I think that's right, Eva. I think that, oh, Fred, did you just notice my hair? Why, thank you. I am wearing a hairband. And look, guys, it's got one of those knots in it, like the girl from, what's that show called? She always wears one of these. And I never wear one of these. And I'm a little surprised it stayed on this entire time. I had to tease my hair to give it some texture to make this stay in. Yes, that's true. But Fred, thank you for noticing my hair. It's my crown. Hey, who's 39 and 364 years old? Ashley is, and she just said, aloha, my sweet, sweet girl. Okay, we're going to do plaids and dots. That's decided, and we're going to do dots. While I tape that down, I'm going to get you guys to start looking at Santa's and Sven's to decide who is going where. And Luigi just left the underside of my desk to go lay over there. I think maybe I was making him warm. I don't know. So, Ashley, how is Hawaii? Are you having like the trip of your life? Is it wonderful? I hope it's wonderful. It better be wonderful. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with my little guy here. And Ashley, maybe you could entertain us in the chat while I do some simple taping. I think it's simple. What have I done to my tape, friends? Oh, there. Okay, while I do some simple taping, Ashley, maybe you could tell us what your favorite thing in, oh, and I just shook the table and the camera and everything. In Hawaii has been so far. What has been your favorite thing? I got to say, I love the pictures. What am I shaking so bad from? Maybe Luigi and Eric keep touching something. I'm going to try and, nope, Eric's put his hands up. So unbelievable. We climbed a volcano. Oh my gosh, Diamond Head is one of my favorite experiences in Hawaii. Okay, everything is shaking. What have I done? Sorry, guys, let me just figure out for a second because I can hear Luigi moving, but I can't see what would be making us shake. Are we, well, I'm sorry it's shaking, guys. All right, so Ashley, you're totally obsessed with the aloha life, right? Have you guys had great weather? Oh, Fred, you've been antiquing. That's wonderful. I know you only travel carry-on, so I know you're not bringing anything back with you. You found Mad magazines? Now that's a blast from the past. It's almost like you're going to be 40 or something, Ashley. Okay, so I've got the tape on the first piece here. You guys are examining Santa faces and Sven faces here and are going to choose those in just a moment for me. What are you guys doing for tomorrow for your actual birthday, Ashley? You making Dad take you out for a beautiful steak? That's my favorite thing to do on my birthday. Although I'm also a fan of spaghetti, so by all means, feel free to choose your favorite thing. Sushi, right? Are you guys going for some ahi poke? All the good things. All the celebrations of my life come associated with food. If you don't know that about me, well, now you know. Okay, so, and then Ashley and Fred have to get home. Ashley's going back to Northern Alberta to see her babies. And I know something cool on Boxing Day actually is Logan, her littlest, is going to pick the winner of her raffle. It's a very cool thing that Ashley has done 2 years, I think, in a row now in her business. She makes a grid, and each square has an associated number with it. And her customers can choose any number that they like for, I think it's $10 for a square. And then the total combined value of the raffle is $600. So Logan on Boxing Day picks the square number, and the person who picked that number and bought that number gets a $600 shopping spree in Ashley's store, which I think is such an amazing and wonderful idea. So I know he's doing that on 26. So Ashley's got to get home to her family after her birthday celebrations. And did I see that he's taking you to Taco Bell? That's a family favorite in Fred's mind. All right, so here we go, friends. We've got plaid and polka dots here. We've got the back ready to go. We've got the front. And now it's time to do our double security of some double-sided tape and a little bit of glue. All right. Both of these pieces. And I want this to be, so I'm lining this folded edge up with the edge of the card and leaving just a bit of margin. And then I'm folding over all 4 pieces and pressing that down. So if I squish this together, you can see I've got the card now ready. When I open it up, you see our W and you see our little V as well for our card. And now we're ready, yes we are, to add our Santas and our reindeers. So has anybody got, let's start with Santa. I really feel like, well, actually, I kind of feel like the reindeer could be the front. And yeah, I feel like the reindeer could be the front. So we could pick a reindeer for the front, a Santa for the inside, and a reindeer for the back. Or if we're doing one Santa, it could be just Santa on the back and then 2 reindeers. I love this too, Jody. I am so in love with how this works. And actually, this is sort of a, Eric, what's the math that's all angles? Geometry? No, sure. Okay, we'll call it that. So this angle, so if this particular part of the point in this card was the other way, it would fit right into this particular point. So it's the right, like that's a little square in there. Anyways, not sure why that's important, except that I love sharing things. Okay, no, Santa doesn't go on the back, says Eva. Okay, so I'm taking that as a hard and fast rule. Eva, we are fine. Santa can go on either one of these sides. And we'll put a reindeer. Okay, so Fred and Eva totally in agreement. Not like they ever agree on anything, except they agree on everything. Okay, so we need a Santa. Let's pick him first. All right, we've got some Santas. I feel like they're just all cute. Is there a best Santa that we should go with? So I'm going to count him out as number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 across the way. And I'm going to say not 6 because he looks like a sleepy drinking Santa, which could be for a different kind of card altogether. And so now we have 5 to choose from. So guys, is there a Santa here that you think is the star of the show that should either go on the front or the inside? And I'm going to get the double-sided foam tape for the dimension ready to go. You could be looking ahead to the Svens, but you like Drunk Santa. Drunk Santa does look good. I mean, and let's face it, there's some drinking at this time of the year, right? Okay, Suzanne made a typo. She meant number 1. Thank you, Eric. That's wonderful. Okay, so this Santa looks very cute as well, too. Drunk Santa. Everybody wants Drunk Santa? Okay, we're bringing Drunk Santa back if that's what you guys want. I am not kidding you. We could do that. We can put him back in. Ashley likes this guy. I think that's a very cool guy. You know what? I love them all. I'm going to contact this company. I think I will send them this video to show them how much fun I was having with their product. I just got these 2 as sort of my very first try. I always like to try something maybe a little bit small to start out with in my crafting from a new company that I haven't seen before. But I am telling you, they had so many things to choose from. I could have chosen a bunch of different things. And now that I know how much I love these, I will go back and choose some other things. And they're coordinating packages that go with them as well. Papers, lovely stuff. So back to Santa's. Maybe he's just a tipsy Santa. You know what, guys? Okay, let's see. All right, let's go. We've got tipsy. Okay, I got to say, that looks so good. Look at, I'm going to bring that up to the camera even more. Look at that. What do you think? It's nice. Yeah. Okay, I think we're using Drunk Santa, who might just be tipsy. Okay, so inside then, well, I started hearing that. I would like you guys, let me move the other Santas out of the way so we're not being confused. 2, same across the way, these guys. All right. Okay, here I go. I'm going to put this on. You guys start looking. 1, 2, 3. This guy's quite small. 4, 5, 6 in comparison. He might be a nice inside one, not just because of his buck teeth, which I think is very darling, but because he's a little bit smaller. But you go ahead, talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I get some double-sided foam tape. Mom, I don't think you voted on a reindeer yet, have you? Or on Sven? Mom, have you seen the movie Frozen? That would be a good one for us to download onto your iPad. I think you would like it. The music is lovely in it for sure. Oh, Mom, you're right there. Number 3. Mom likes number 3, guys. I think sometimes we just have to listen to our moms and choose what they like. Eva 2 looks like he licked the lolly. Yes, he does look like he licked the lolly. That's true. Okay, keep talking. I'm still peeling off the backing of the double-sided foam tape, which I've got to learn what it is that makes it so staticky. Maybe I need more, I don't know, moisturizer on my hands or something. Okay, so I've got Santa. Let me close our card, and I'm going to put him. He's so cute, you guys. Okay, there's Santa. Our little Santa. He's so cute. Okay, and now we think 3. That's what Mom had suggested. Should go on the inside. I can't stop laughing. I don't know. Maybe maybe we should all just take a break and laugh for a few minutes here, guys. That's not a bad therapeutic thing as well, too. All right. So number 3, in Mom's opinion. Now, I am just noticing his little reindeer antlers are quite small in space. So let me see how well a foam. I might have to cut some foam. That's okay. Look what we have. Scissors. So I'm just going to cut 2 of these in half. So you see how I've just gone ahead and cut that so that they're a bit smaller. Now, when you're using dimensional foam like this, you want to use the same thickness. You can't have some being quite high and some being a little bit low. So I'm going ahead and just cutting these pieces versus looking for a smaller one in my stash over there, because then they're the same loft or height as the rest of the ones that I'm using. Okay, so now I feel secure about Sven's antlers. We can put some full-sized ones. We'll put them on his ears. Also, because he's on a moving part, not just sitting still on the front of a card that just opens and closes, I'm going to give him a little bit of extra support with the dimensional foam. Again, if somebody would remind me to please add to the inventory of foam dimensional pieces, we need some slightly larger ones. Okay, there we go. We got this going on. Let me peel this off. What do you guys think? Are these your cup of tea? Do you feel like this company has created something that just brings whimsy into our lives? I love that. I love that. And as we're wrapping this up, I want to just take a moment to remind everybody that at this time of year, while everything feels like it can be merry and bright, it is often a difficult time of year. If you've lost somebody and you're alone at this time of year, if you have particular stress at year end for work, if you have some difficult memories that you are processing at this time of year, sometimes it can be quite hard, and that we want to make sure that we're spreading love where we go and ensuring that we are cognizant of what might be difficult for somebody else. Instead of just showing up with everything happy all the time, we want to be aware of where people are and be ready to meet them. Look at that. This, I think, could make just about anybody smile. All right. Now let's flip it over and decide. Only one Santa per card. So we're using another Sven to do a little surprise and delight. This one is very smiley. But this one is really a little bit silly, which is great. I don't know if maybe that's him. Do you guys have a preference? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of our guys here. I do love them all. I'm not going to lie. I love them all. And it might be even fun to throw it right in the center and just write your sentiment around it. I think that looks really good. Number 4 for sure. I'm seeing Ashley, who's our birthday girl in waiting, talking about number 4. Actually, that would look really nice down here. And you can write your message up here. We're doing it, Ashley. Okay. And as I remind you that not everybody is shiny and bright during this season, and I hope that you are working on spreading the joy where you can, because we can only be in charge of ourselves, friends. I just want to tell you that it is making me so happy to be learning so much by posting a video every day throughout the month of December, which means that as of today, there are now 16 new videos there. As a baby YouTuber, I changed my career focus when I was laid off at the beginning of the summer and decided that I would do my hand at my YouTube channel and growing it. I think today marks 63 videos. And they say when you've done 100, you now know a little bit. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm trying to make sure that I create great quality for you all. So if you have suggestions, you can put them in the comments here on the live tonight or on any of the videos. I try to answer all of the comments that come out. Comments are gold. It really helps me get the word out there about my cards. Let me just show you guys. Look how beautiful this is. I'm so glad we went with this Santa and the plaid, which is my personal favorite. And we've got our reindeer on the inside. And on the back, place to write our message with another Sven here. And as a finishing touch, I have a couple choices of what we can put on the inside. And I feel like, so these are puffy stickers, and this is from a company called Rosy Stickers. So these are puffy stickers here. You can see them a bit better there. And I have from the same company some stickers that are here. I really like this Believe in the Magic of Christmas. It's in a gold, and I think it will fit really nicely here. Just not entirely sure if the gold will show up brilliantly on this red. So that brings me over to these puffy ones. We could have Jingle Bells. We could have this joy. I feel like that is really what this card is all about. I think this is too much work. Fa la 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 is too much work here. Well, not really to think it is. I'm going to try the joy, you guys. That's what I'm going to try and do. And so here I go. Let's see if I can space this out correctly. I'm just going to look and see where my card is. Okay. So J. And then we're going to do the O. Who knew stickers would be complicated? Oh, and there's stripes on these. Do I want the stripes going the same way? Oh, Lord, give me strength. I don't know if I've got the stripes going the same way, but I'm trying. Okay, there's the J, the O, and the Y going in here. Okay, I got to say, it's pretty hard to get this even as well, too, but I'm almost there. Let me squish them over a little bit more. All right, and for fun, I'm going to take this beautiful little star and put it right in the center of the O, or maybe not quite center of the O, but somewhere near the center of the O. Okay, let's see. Let's see, friends. Santa and the plaid with the polka dots, joy on the inside, and our reindeer, and Sven on the back as well, where your message can go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you. I am feeling the love for Simply Stated Designs. I'm definitely sending them this video. Hey, if you comment on this video after I post it, after we're done the live tonight, they can see that you liked their product as well too. So I'm definitely looking for brand partners to partner with in the new year. And I think this could be one of the ones that I propose to. So Santa, we love you. Sven, you're so good. The joy is a puffy sticker. So we got nice dimension there as well. And the back, let's bring out our other card. Luigi has come back to under my desk. Let's move out the extra pieces here so we can show you. And these cards, like I said, they will fit in a regular size envelope. They stand up like this on your mantle. And I'm trying to think. Let me go back to 1 second while I just do this and then this so that I can show you when they're standing up on the mantle. There's lots of different ways that people can take a look and see them. Just realize that you could, if you wanted to, add more paper to the back if you wanted to as well with that. But guys, this is so sweet and fun. Thank you for joining me this evening on this little trip of joy with a new company that I will move this light now that I see it doing that. It'll be funny in the replay. I am so very much in love with how these cards have turned out, and we'll post some pictures of them as well. And I just want to say to you, day 16, not for the faint of heart this journey has been, but learning has been wonderful, and learning is living, friends. So thank you for joining me this evening. Please tune in to tomorrow's replay. Oh, Kim, I'm so glad that you're here. The folds are perfect. Tomorrow, you will see my replay. It is a celebration of our Aloha girl who's turning 40. So please tune into that and check out all the days. On Christmas Eve, the video that I will post is actually me recapping all 24 videos, so my full Advent calendar, if you will, while I read A Night Before Christmas. So I really hope that you'll look forward to that and share it with everybody you love. Friends, thanks for joining me on this whimsical evening. Thanks for Eric keeping Luigi at bay. And I love you all, and I appreciate you. Subscribe, like, and share, and we'll see you again soon.